Well, welcome back to another episode. So we got a 9 by 11 kitchen here that we're going to tear all the kitchen cabinets out and replace it and make it into a gallery kitchen, getting rid of that corner. Even though it is a small kitchen, I'm going to do a gallery. There is no cabinet space really on this wall here. I got some last night. They are old oak cabinets, so they're not new, but they have a better construction than these and they look nicer, and with a nice coat of paint they're gonna look awesome. We're either gonna do a fake marble or we're gonna do a quartz depending on what I can find. I'm leaning towards quartz because it's a little more durable and it'll look good in here, but let's get these ripped out and the new ones in. Okay, so we got all the uppers tore off except that one. I gotta disconnect the wire and I'm working on these two behind me. Got that base out, got the stove moved over. There's gonna be a cabinet beside here, and then it's gonna go dishwasher, sink, flat against the wall. And then it'll go fridge, cabinet, maybe drawers. Those are gone. 2 wall cabinets that are 30 inches deep, not these shallow ones. Not shallow, but not the, they're 30 inches long, and these are only like 12. So getting close, just gotta disconnect a few wires, disconnect a few plumbing pieces, and it'll be done. Getting these hauled in here. That's what the new cabinets look like. They are used. They are oak build, plywood construction. They're not dovetail drawers, which I was trying to get, but they're pretty well built. They're an older cabinet. They have better, newer design than the other ones. With the new coat of paint, they're gonna look great. Same for the uppers. I'll actually have cabinets here that drop 30 inches, which would be so much better. Over the fridge, which we had already, but newer style. And then we'll continue with all of them over here. I'm not gonna paint them today, but I have some extra work. They capped the HVAC off with a piece of drywall. That's what that white line is. So I'm gonna have to remove that, eliminate it, and then I'm gonna do a toe kick exit so we can actually get some heat flowing in here, because I think that is the only supply, and it is, that's the only supply, so it is colder in here. Let's get that back going, make it right. But otherwise, I'm glad I'm getting these in. We'll get them hooked together, and it should be a really cool transformation in just a day. Well, here's your progress update. So this is not the countertop that's going in there. Came with the house. I'm using it as a workbench right now. But this is the side the fridge was on. There used to be really no cabinets here. They just had some Menards particle board cabinets sitting there. So look at this. It's hard to envision because the doors are off, but that's what I need to do to paint them and get them secured together. But oh God, that just changes the whole look of this kitchen. I just can't wait to get them painted. Do a light gray marble top or quartz countertop. Leaning towards quartz because there's really not that much countertop in here. It'd be worth the investment, make it a more quality kitchen. I'm really happy with the results so far. So let's get this side done and I'll get a good video of the transformation and we'll start painting. Okay, so we got a lot of them hung. From the video you can see that I didn't patch out with drywall, and I just want to explain why I did that. I don't want to show, I mean, I'm not skipping a step. I'm not trying to do a crappy job. It's just, that doesn't really need to come out. There's gonna always be a wall cabinet in this house. It's going to take me more time to actually go and tear all that out. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to take that out, and I'll have to probably patch that, and then I'll do that toe kick exit for the air. I could have patched that, but in reality, I don't have the drywall here. It would took an hour of my time just to get the mud out, do all that whole process. So it would have cost quite a bit for me to do that, and there's a wall cabinet there, so it's not going to harm anything. It's just personal preference, but otherwise these look really good. I'm really excited for the paint because yes, they are not brand new cabinets, so maybe to some of you they don't look the best, but you know, just give it a chance. Once the paint gets on these, the new cabinet paint, we'll do like 3 coats and a good top coat sealer. They're gonna look like brand new cabinets. I have a little tiny bit of work to do on them, just sanding wise, and then I need a texture above. You can't tell that's not textured, but it is not textured at all. So I want to texture that, get them painted gray. Well, what I'm gonna do next is pull this board off. I'm gonna bring the other cabinet in. These bases are just gonna sit there until I get the HVAC figured out. So if you see that cabinet in the video, I'm not covering that up. I am gonna fix it. I'm gonna start working on this side. I'm gonna pull that cabinet out, even though I wish I could take it, but it's for the other set that I'm selling. I'm gonna get all that down, moved over to the stove, get the 220 outlet moved. The reason I can move that is because there is probably 2 foot of excess cord below. So all I'm gonna do is shut the power off, move the outlet behind the stove more so there's access. If you can tell, currently it's under there. So I'm gonna pull those, get that over there, move that. The reason I'm moving it, because the stove, if I have it in the corner, then I can still have a cabinet here. I had no dishwasher in this kitchen when I bought it. I'm gonna put a dishwasher in, and then it'll be the sink. And that's just kind of kitchen layout strategy here, because when you do the dishes, you're gonna want the dishwasher to be right beside your sink. That's just standard. Well, then you're gonna want a cabinet to put the silverware in right beside it. Having that stove there is gonna make someone turn around and have to always put the silverware behind them. So what I want to do is keep that all close. I'll have good upper storage right here for cups and plates right beside the dishwasher, and I'll have good storage over there. And on this side, it can be canned food pans, whatever, whoever wants to put whatever in there. One other thing I'm thinking about doing, get a little bit creative because it is a small kitchen. I might do a recessed pantry just to give them even more space. With that though, I got to figure out my cabinets. 'Cause I want it to all match. I guess I could do a bifold door, but that's down the road. Let's get the rest of this tore out and stuff hung. The hanging process, I can probably explain in another video. What I'm doing is I'm screwing to the top of this. This is a whole 2x4 structure. I'm hitting the studs in the back, and I'm hitting the studs in the back there. So there's a total of 6 in each. They are JRK screws, 2.5 inches. They have crazy holding capacity, and they actually do sell cabinet screws. So if you're looking for them, they have them at like Menards, Lowe's. Really good screws. And then what I'm doing, you see all that orange jig that I had? Well, that's to get a flush finish on these cabinet transitions. So what I'm using is a JRK trim screw. It has a very small head. So that clamp actually has a pre-drill hole in it. So after you get it clamped and flush, you drill, and then you don't risk cracking that trim board. So I got that all secure. I got to go across and do the rest. But I like doing those JRK trim screws here because it's hard to see them, and it's going to hold them really tight together. And I actually go from both sides, so you get a good clamping force rather than going from one side. You can do it from one side, but if you do it from both sides, you're getting a really good pinch together from both sides. So that's really good. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring this other cabinet in here, have the bases sit. I'm going to start working on the kitchen base and getting this all cleaned up on the other side and start hanging stuff. So let's get right to it. All right, so we're starting to throw this wall up. So you can see daylight through there. I pulled the vent. I got plastic up. And I'm gonna put some insulation there. Then I'm gonna put some drywall over that. Should look good. I'm gonna put the 12-inch deep over the stove, so I'm gonna have a microwave over the stove, a couple wall cabinets, get the floor patched today. Let's start throwing them up. We're getting the cabinets, base cabinet secured. I have underlayment for the floor, get that patched in. I had to rip out some of it here so I could feather it in to make it look like it wasn't even taken apart. That will get painted. Dishwasher goes there. Sink goes there, can light goes there. Ripped all that out with the window out today. We may get it framed up and drywalled. We're gonna get rid of those wires completely. All the way back to where the power source comes from, so I don't have random wires. I'm going to reuse those wires for my can light, and I think I'm gonna have to move this switch, probably more accessible over by the window here. Just flip the switch, nice can light. Probably just leave the fan, it's new, clean it. It's not centered, but that's how I bought the house. Maybe can lights down the road, but that's a new fan, it's gonna work. And then add a spacer board there. We'll get these secure. Gotta do the toe kick vent in that. Gotta do some cleanup on that one. Then we'll start painting. Picked up some shelves today for inside. They're 3/4 rather than the flimsy particle board. They had a nice sag in them, so I'm updating all the shelves. We're gonna put new shelf supports in, and then I am gonna paint the inside of the cabinets because I'm gonna have a gray outside, and it's just gonna clean up since these were used cabinets. Kind of working through that. I mean, on the next one, definitely just gonna buy new and then just have the budget set aside for the property. I could have probably bought new ones, but live and you learn. These are gonna work great. We can see how the first rental experience goes. If they get ruined, I can always put new ones in. That's part of why I did a gallery kitchen. Easy to replace. When you have a corner sink, it makes it harder to go in and out. If I bought new cabinets, I could probably have this done in a day easy. If I just bought new ones, put them in. So I do have some time invested, but you gotta have that sweat equity. So let's get the rest of the stuff secured, and we'll be looking at getting some countertop in here, but I'll probably get them painted first. Okay, I know you guys have been waiting. It's been about a month. I had it done, but I just haven't gotten a video. This is how the fireplace turned out. No credit to me. It's my mom's like second one she's done. She just has fun doing it. Love the way it turned out. And then next thing is the mantle, but it just adds a lot of character, letting some ridge show through, just making the living room pop. It's kind of a mess in here. I'm painting the cabinets right now, but that is exactly how I want it to look. So next thing, transformation, you'll see the kitchen.